joining our virtual St. Patrick's Festival. I'm Nicole McDonough-Tufel, the current president of the Irish American Heritage Center, and I'm so happy to welcome you here today. While we're not able to celebrate St. Patrick how we traditionally would at the center, I hope you enjoy today's festival honoring all things Irish and Irish American. Joining us today are friends of the Heritage Center, Whiskey Mick, Steam, Kennedy's Kitchen, Joe and Declan McShane, and St. Stephen's Green. Also performing today are the Shannon Rovers, the Trinity Irish Dancers, and the Murphy Roche Irish Music Club and School. We'll also be featuring the 2020 and 2021 St. Patrick's Parade Queen and feature Irish poetry read by members of our cultural committee, along with virtual greetings from some of our members and volunteers. I would like to take a moment to thank our wonderful sponsors of this year's St. Patrick's events. A huge thank you goes out to Avery and Kill LLC law firm, the Young Lee Group with At Properties, Irish Community Services, the Shannon Rovers, and last but not least, the Trinity Irish Dancers. Again, thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you all so much for supporting another St. Patrick's Day festival. I do have a feeling by this time next year, we will be able to celebrate how we did in 2019 and all the years before. I know I can't wait to see you all this time next year, enjoying a pint, wearing our favorite green shirts, and singing our favorite Irish songs together. I so look forward to catching up like the old friends that we are. So until we meet again, please enjoy today's St. Patrick's celebration and have a wonderful and happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you.
Hello and happy St. Patrick's Day. We are the band Steam and we're coming at you from Chicago, Illinois. We are so excited to be doing a live stream on the very day of St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. So hope you guys are all having a great start to your day. My name is Katie Grennan. I'm a fiddle player.
My name's Steve. I'm a Bowron player.
Go on,
My name is John. I play accordion.
Hi, John.
Hi, John. I'm Jeff, playing the guitar. We're the band Steam. Super excited to be playing for you here. And I'll start off with a few jigs here from Liz Carroll. It's called Out on the Road.
Yes.
Yep.
peoples. Tunes we learned from our friend down the road, Liz Carroll. That's Right Too, followed by a tune called Return to Camden Town, and a few more after that. So thanks a lot. lovely jig written by our friend from Canada, and then a trad tune after that. So thanks a lot. The first tune is called the Volcanic Jig.
Buchanan and the rest of the volunteers. So thank you so much. We're so happy to be playing for you guys again, and we can't wait until we perform live.
Looking forward to that day when we'll all get together and make new memories for the future, because we have such good memories of playing at the 5th Province and at the outdoor festivals and everywhere else in that beautiful building.
All right, so we'll leave you here with a tune called James Brown's March. See you soon.
Hi everyone, my name is Carrie McLowry and I am your 2020 and 2021 Chicago St. Patrick's Day Parade Irish Queen. Unfortunately, due to the current times, we won't be celebrating together, but that doesn't mean we can't still have fun virtually. So everyone grab your green beer or your shamrock cookies and let's celebrate the Irish way. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone!
One, two, three, four.
Here a tower shining bright, once stood gleaming in the night. And now there's just the rubble and the hole. Here the patties and the frogs came to gamble on the dogs. Came to gamble on the dogs on Roche. Oh, the torn up picket stubs from 100,000 bugs. Now washed away with dead dreams in the rain. And the car park's going up and they're pulling down the pub. And it's just another bloody rainy day. Oh, sweet city of my dreams, up speed and skilling steam. Like Atlantis, you just disappeared from view. And a hair upon the wire has been burned upon your fire. Like the black dog that once raced out from track. Thanks, we're Whiskey Mick. Hey, thanks a lot. We're Whiskey Mick. Thanks for checking us out. We got a couple more songs. This one's another one by the Pogues. It's called Transmetropolitan. In the roasting park of England, we'll sit and have a drink of easy wine and cider until we can hardly think. Then we'll go where spirits take us to heaven or to hell, and take a bloody murder in the town we love so well. Going Transmetropolitan. From the near old streets of King's Cross to the doors of the ICA, going Transmetropolitan. We'll drink the reckless, kick the shot, and I'm not going home. Loving boulevards and hands to sunny shores. We'll scare the cannon palace boots and worry all the hordes. There's beaches up in Whitehall and queers in DLC. And when we've done those bastards in, we'll storm the BBC. Going Transmetropolitan. But Surrey House is coming down with KMRIA. Going Transmetropolitan. We'll drink the reckless, keep the shine, and I'm not going home. We'll sleep with 13 days, some way we'll kill a day. When you haven't got a penny, boys, it's all the really shame. Transmetropolitan. From Kendall Road on Sunset Eve to Beauty, that's the way to go. Transmetropolitan. We'll drink the reckless, kick the shot, and I'm not going. This town has done us dirty, this town has done us dry. We've been here for a long time, and we'll be here till we die. We'll finish off the something to do with beer, and burn the bloody city down in the summer of the year. Transmetropolitan. From Iron House with a two-bar bit to the Scottish shores today. Transmetropolitan. We'll drink the reckless, kick the shine, and I'm not going home. All right, well, hey, thanks very much to the Irish American Heritage Center for having us virtually tonight, today, this year. It's not the same as being in person at the 5th Province and having a few pints, but we look forward to doing that again in person real soon. In the meantime, we're Whiskey Mick. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Thanks a lot. We're Whiskey Mick. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
The Irish American Heritage Center is so proud to present our partners, the great Shannon Rovers. Now it truly is a St. Patrick's Day celebration.
St. Patrick's Day set.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'll be spending it at home this year, but I'm looking forward to being back at the center soon.
Hi, this is Elizabeth Ellis. I am one of the members of the Cultural Committee at the IHC, and I'm recording some poetry for everyone to hear for this year's virtual St. Patrick's Day Party Fest celebration observance. First poem is The Lake Isle of Innisfree by William Butler Yeats. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin build there, of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings, their midnights all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of the linnet's wings. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's gray, I hear it in the deep heart's core.
Just in time for St. Patrick's Day and Easter. Gift shop at the Irish American Heritage Centre is open. You can come inside and browse with us.
Hi, we're the Roche family. I'm Mike.
Aileen, Megan.
And we'd like to wish everyone a
Happy St. Patrick's Day!
A very happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. And I'm sure that you've probably got one of these in your home somewhere. And you probably don't have one of these, but maybe we'll talk about that later. Who knows? Who cares? But I bet you've got some of this stuff. You might have the Whiskey of Truth and some other favorite Irish imports, a little bit of lovely Irish porcelain, and of course an Irish drum made by Michael Quinlan out of Chicago. Fabulous instrument and a lovely collection of other things here so you can have a little bit of music in your house. And on St. Patrick's Day, we should honor our ancestors. In my case, on my mother's side, out of Donegal, that'd be my grandmother right there. My grandfather, my great-grandfather on my father's side, my great-grandfather on my mother's side. And then sundry other relatives. That there is a watercolor of the cottage that my grandmother was born in. That'd be Joseph Harvey there and Annie Carr. And this was the cottage back in the 1990s. All right, so that's the family cottage. That's my great-grandfather's tin cup. Joseph Harvey was a fiddle player, and a spoon with which he actually stirred his tea. Or so I'm told. How would I know, right? And you might even have one of these somewhere in the house because, you know, who doesn't want to have a Kennedy crest in their house, whether you're a Kennedy or not? Happy St. Patrick's Day. I mentioned our ancestors, and for all of those years, hundreds of years, millennia really. Our music was, this is where our music has happened, and this I think is where it still sounds best, is in a kitchen. So St. Patrick's Day we visit some of our favorite songs, and we'll have you singing along here, all right? There's a tear in your eyes, and I'm wondering why, for it never should be there at all. With that light in your smile, sure as stone you'd beguile, and there's never a teardrop should fall. When your sweet lilting laughter, like some fairy song, and your eyes twinkle bright as can be, you should laugh all the while, and all other times smile. So smile that smile for me, and sing along. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. But when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they'll steal your heart away. For that smile is a part of the love in your heart. It makes even sunshine more bright. Like the linnet's sweet song, crooning all the day long, comes your laughter so tender and light. Now the springtime of life is the sweetest of all, let there be not a care or regret. And while springtime is ours, throughout all of life's hours, let us smile every chance that we get, and sing along. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. But when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they'll steal your heart away. Oh, lovely, lovely. All right, on St. Patrick's Day, of course, we visit our favorite songs. And we've just got a few minutes with you here, so I've got a song that visits a whole bunch of favorite songs. Wrote this for a friend and a great musician, Owen O'Neill, who spent a few years in Chicago. If you'll listen to the music of John Williams, one of his recordings, I can't remember which, Owen O'Neill is back there on his bouzouki, helping John sound as good as he always does. Wrote this a couple of years back after visiting with Owen and others at a session, and hearing Owen tell a few stories, which included his times in Chicago. Boy, does he have some stories about Chicago.
And a pretty strong opinion about driving through Gary, Indiana, too, back in the day.
This song visits a whole handful of songs about County Clare. If you recognize all of these, then you're definitely an aficionado of Irish songs. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clare. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clare. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clare. It's a long, long way from here to there. When I think of Clare, it eases off my pain. And levels out my thinking. The town of Kilrush, the town of Kilkee. Both towns can be seen from the high rocky slopes around the cliffs of Duneen. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clan. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clan. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clan. Farewell to Milltown, Malbay. The sun shines bright today. The rocky shore is fringed with foam from Spanish Point to Frey. Listen, 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 Banda. Music in the open air. People the world over leave a part of their hearts in Clare. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clare. Sing along, folks. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clare. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clare. Sun shines like a jewel on the lovely hills of Clare. We walk and see the Shannon flowing by as the nightingale sings songs for you and I. Knew that I loved you, knew with you I would stay. How mellow the light shines down upon Liscannor Bay. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clare. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clare. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clare. O'Brien, a regal aquaphone built in Chicago around 1925. Those nights in 6 Mile Bridge, how the songs and music flowed there. Years have passed and gone since those times we had in the sweet county Clare. Take me up to Ennis Diamond, Ennis Diamond's where I want to be. I want to live in Ennis Diamond and wake up every day with you next to me. Come on, sing. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clare. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clare. Owen O'Neill has gone to Clare. If you knew every song in that, then you definitely know your Irish music. Many of those are well known, and a couple of those are fairly obscure. The last one, I'll give you a hint. Owen O'Neill wrote that last song, "Take Me Up to Ennis Diamond." He's got a great band called The Fiddle Case. So when you're over in Clare, and I'm sure you're making your plans as we are to get over there as soon as we can, once everything is back the way it should be, look for Owen and The Fiddle Case. They're the Ennis and Doolin and kind of the surround, and in the surrounds. All right.
Thanks so much. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Oh, Christine O'Brien. Oh, and coming up next, we're going to have a video of the full Kennedy's Kitchen live at the Wild Rose Moon back in St. Patrick's. It was March 2018. So here we go. tell people where I come from. My family on my mother's side, of course, from Donegal, as I mentioned earlier. I might bring out this photograph, which I'm sure you can't see all that well way back there, right there. That's my grandmother, my mother's mother. That's Joseph Harvey, the family fiddle player. And you'll notice here the bare feet. So I'll tell people, we come from bare feet. And both of my grandparents came over in 1927, just in time for the Great Depression. But my grandmother describes a fabulous, vibrant life in Ireland. And I asked her why she left. And I was expecting a philosophical answer, the Irish Revolution, the Civil War, 9 children and only 1 farm. And what my grandmother gave me instead was poetry. She said, I wanted to go to a dance with my friends. And all of my friends were in Philadelphia. So the house she grew up in, 2 rooms, there were 9 children, and there was an uncle and a grandmother who was always there. And they had music every night. Don't worry, I'm not going to play the fiddle. And songs. But music for them was, for my grandmother, was the fiddle and the human voice. That's all there was. And they had music every night. So we're going to sing a little song, a Donegal song. At least I got it from the great Donegal man, Packy Manus Byrne. May he rest in peace. And it's a song about immigration. Aren't they all? I know it happened long ago. Just how long I do not know. It may have been 1,000 years or more since the Irishmen agreed to take a trip across the sea, settle on a far and distant shore. So we settled far and wide to the land beyond the tide. That's how immigration first began. So on to this very day, although you'll travel far away, you're always sure to meet an Irishman. There are McNamaras in Sudan, Kellys in Somaliland, Murphys and O'Malleys in Siam. In Honolulu and Bombay, all the people there will say 'twas Irish built the great Grand Coulee Dam. There's a fellow named Maguire on the coast of Malabar. The king of Twingaloo is called McCann. I'll bet you all that I am worth. In every corner of the earth, you're always sure to meet an Irishman. In the great big city of New York, there's O'Sullivans from Cork, there's Reagans, O'Hagans, and Malones. And you will find the name McHugh as far away as Timbuktu. In London there's McCarthy and McKeown. 'Twas an Irishman, McGill, first grew coffee in Brazil. 'Twas Mulligan brought the monkey to Milan. You may travel near or far, from Guinea land to Zanzibar, but you're always sure to meet an Irishman. Phileas Fogg, the story says, went round the world in 80 days, a trip he could have done in 9 or 10. Let me tell you, if I may, cause of Mr. Fogg's delay was meeting so many Irishmen. Oh, he met them in Peru, in Tangalangaloo, the Caribbean, Karachi, in Japan. Mr. Fogg, who ought to know, will say no matter where you go, you're always sure to meet an Irishman. Oh, he met them in Peru, in Tangalangaloo, the Caribbean, Karachi, in Japan. Mr. Fogg, who ought to know, will say no matter where you go, you're always sure to meet an Irishman. A very happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody at the Irish American Heritage Center in Chicago.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tim Taylor. I'm the Vice President at the Irish American Heritage Center. I wanted to wish you all a very happy St. Patrick's Day. And I know it's not the St. Patrick's Days that we've been used to with parades and lots of festivities at the Irish American Heritage Center, but I have a feeling they're just around the corner. And so, until we meet again, a very, very happy St. Patrick's Day to you and your family, and Sláinte.
Everything is Going to Be All Right by Derek Mann. How should I not be glad to contemplate the clouds clearing beyond the dormer window and a high tide reflected on the ceiling? There will be dying. There will be dying. There is no need to go into that. The poems flow from the hand unbidden, and the hidden source is the watchful heart. The sun rises in spite of everything, and the far cities are beautiful and bright. I lie here in a riot of sunlight, watching the day break and the clouds flying. Everything is going to be all right.
Hi everyone, it's me again. I hope you're enjoying the event so far. I wanted to take a quick moment to highlight how you can help support the Irish American Heritage Center during these crazy times. We are currently in the midst of our annual appeal, and all annual appeal donations can be made on our website at www.irish-american.org. I will put the link below so you have easy access to it. You can also support the center by becoming a member, renewing, or gifting a membership, which you can also do through our website. As a member, you will receive special benefits such as discounts on rentals, pre-sale access to ticketed events, and so much more. Additionally, if you're in a position to contribute today, you can support the Irish American Heritage Center by donating through Facebook or PayPal during today's St. Patrick's event. Our St. Patrick's Fest is our largest single-day fundraiser, and we love being able to share Irish culture every St. Patrick's season with everybody. So to donate to today's fundraiser for St. Pat's events, all you have to do is click the donate button accompanying today's video or click the link to PayPal. Thank you again for joining us today, and I hope that you are having a very wonderful and safe St. Patrick's Day.
Hello there.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Irish American Heritage Centre for inviting us to do this live. I will start off with a little song here just to get going. See how we get on then. Thanks for joining us, by the way. You want to say hello, Declan?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Okay. I think I got a blocked harmonica. Found my love at the gas yard wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. Oh, I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I heard a sigh across the down. Saw a train set the night on fire. Smelt the spring from the smoky wind. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Here we go. Clouds are drifting across the moon. Cats are out there on their beat. Springs a girl from the street at night. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Well, I'm gonna make a good sharp axe, shining steel, hammered in the fire. We'll chop you down like an old dead tree. Dirty old town, dirty old town. You're all on there. and the gas yard wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Well, I was expecting a big clap there, but I forgot it was only me and him here. Anyway, Dex was going to sing you a song this time, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah. What happened to the video?
Sorry?
Something wrong with it.
I don't know, I'll fix it.
Okay.
Beautiful song, and it's beautifully sung by young Dex and here.
Oh, the summertime has come, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love about by yon cool crystal fountain, and round it I will pile all the flowers on the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will range through the wilds and the deep and say dreary, and return with their spoils to the bower, oh my dearie. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? She'll not come, then I'll surely find another to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go, lassie, go?
I'm gonna fall off the stool. These things. Here's a song with kind of different words, but every time anybody sings Carrickfergus, I think we all get it wrong. It's actually about a place in Scotland. But the truth was no. This is another version of the song as well. I wish I was in Carrickfergus, no place on earth I would rather be. Among the warm and kindly people in that old town down by the sea. And there upon the rock of Fergus, that mighty castle stands, proud and alone. From the ramparts down to the dungeon, our history lives in every stone. Down Belfast Loch, as Carrickfergus, many like me have sailed away. We travelled far in search of fortune, not knowing then we pay. For there's a price for emigration, no matter where or far you roam. Still within me a voice is calling, I won't find peace till I go home. To walk the beach down by Scotch quarters and bounce flat stones there upon the sea. Perhaps I'll rest a while in Dublin's, or cast a line from Fisherman's Quay. I live again my days of childhood, and taste once more the salty foam. My heart still lies there in Carrickfergus, the town I'm proud to call my home. My heart still lies there in Carrickfergus, town I'm proud to call my home. Beautiful song. That was rewritten by a friend of Van Morrison's. I can't think of his name though. Oh, we're going to lift it up a bit here this time. Mr. Deco, when we're on the cruise, he got the nickname Deck the Wreck. Gonna sing that little song. We've got a lot of Galway friends here in America and in Ireland. So here's the Galway girl.
I took a stroll down the old long walk of a day, I met a little girl and we stopped to talk on a fine South day, And I asked you, friend, what's a fella to do? Her hair was black and her eyes were blue. I knew right then that I'd been taking a whirl on the South of Prom with the Galway girl. We're halfway there when the rain came down of a day, She asked me up to her flat downtown of a fine South day, And I asked you, friend, what's a fella to do? 'Cause her hair was black and her eyes were blue. I took her hand and I gave her a twirl, and I lost my heart to a Galway girl. I woke up, I was all alone with a broken heart and I took it home. And I ask you now, tell me what would you do if her hair was black and her eyes were blue? I've traveled around, I've been all over this world. Boys, you ain't seen nothing like a Galway girl.
I feel like tapping you.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you.
so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. It's been a great night. I feel like a good old cup of tea now. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
This is Freedom by George William Russell. I will not follow you, my bird. I will not follow you. I would not breathe a word, my bird, to bring thee here anew. I love the free in thee, my bird. The lure of freedom drew the light you fly toward, my bird. I fly with thee unto. And there we yet will meet, my bird, though far I go from you, wherein the light outpoured, my bird, our love and freedom too.
Hello, my name is Donna Hawkins-Quirk and I'm a member of the Board of Directors at the Irish American Heritage Center. Thank you for joining us for our virtual event. This past year has challenged us all in so many ways, but we know that the Irish spirit is strong and we look forward to welcoming you back to the center when the time is right. Until we meet again, happy St. Patrick's Day to you and your families.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Rory Barnwell. I'm a committee member with the Ireland Network Chicago, and I have the pleasure to introduce you to the Murphy Roche School of Irish Music, based out of Burr Ridge, Illinois. Set for some fabulous tunes here this evening, including some world champions. We've got Rory Cole and Lexia Kennedy, all Ireland champions this past couple of years, and yeah, looking forward to some great tunes. So, thanks very much. Welcome, Murphy Roche.
Tarbolton set, and it's what set Irish music on fire years ago. In the 1920s, Irish music wasn't being played in Ireland, and a guy named Michael Coleman recorded this set, and he sent it home on 78 records, and it set Ireland on fire with Irish music. So, we're going to play that for you now. She's going to start us on some polkas. Polkas Irish? Polkas are totally Irish. They're from the south of Ireland, from a place called Kerry. And Bella's going to lead us. She's a wicked box player, and she's going to lead us in those tunes now. 2, 2, 2.
My name is Michael Collins, and I'm a new board member at the Irish American Heritage Center. My favorite thing about St. Patrick's Day is gathering with family and friends and listening to Irish music. This year, I plan to celebrate with my immediate family and enjoy traditional Irish food. One of my favorite things about the Irish American Heritage Center is the wide array of cultural activities on offer. Irish music, dance, literature, knitting, art, and food can all be found at the Heritage Center. I support the mission of the Irish American Heritage Center because I believe that culture and heritage is something that should be celebrated, preserved, and passed on from generation to generation.
This poem by Avon Boland is Becoming Anne Bradstreet. It happens again as soon as I take down her book and open it. I turn the page. My skies rise higher and hang younger stars. The ship's rail freezes. Mary Hibernicum leads to Anne Bradstreet's coast. A blackbird leaves her pine trees and lands in my spruce trees. I open my door on a Dublin street. Her child, her words are staring up at me. In better dress to trim thee was my mind, but not save homespun cloth in the house I find. We say home truths because her words can be at home anywhere. At the source, at the end, and whenever the book lies open, and I am again an Irish poet watching an English woman become an American poet.
What's up? This is St. Stephen's Green coming to you from Gremlin Studios. We're here to play a few Irish tunes for you in honor of St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to kick it off here with a traditional one called McAlpine's Fusiliers. As down the glen came McAlpine's men with their shovels slung behind them. 'Twas in the pub that they drank their sub, and out in the spike you'll find them. They sweated blood and they washed down mud with pints and quarts of beer. And now we're on the road again with McAlpine's Fusiliers. I stripped to the skin with a ducky fin, way down upon the Isle of Grain. With Horseface O'Toole we knew the rule, no money if you stop for rain. McAlpine's God was a well-filled hod, your shoulders cut to bits and seared. And woe to he who looked for tea with McAlpine's Fusiliers. Whoa-wee-oh, whoa, whoa-wee-oh, whoa. I remember the day that the bear Roche fell into a concrete stair. What Horseface said when he saw him dead, it wasn't what the rich call prayers. How my navvy short was the one retort that reached unto my ears. When the going's rough, then you must be tough with McAlpine's Fusiliers. Wee-oh, whoa, wee-oh, whoa, wee-oh, whoa, wee-oh, whoa. Woo! Nearly had me bent with rushing track and pull, unshuttering jams up the hydro dams, underneath the Thames in a hole. I've grabbed it hard and I've got me cards and many gangers to across 3 years. If you value your life, then don't join by Christ with McAlpine's Fusiliers. If you value your life, then don't join by Christ with McAlpine's Fusiliers. All right, this next one's a little bit more of a modern tune. This one's called Rose Tattoo. The pictures tell the story, this life's in many shades. How to wake up in the morning and before I start each day, take a drag of last night's cigarette that smoldered in its tray, hide down a little something and then be on my way. I've traveled far and wide and laid this head in many ports. I was guided by a compass, I saw beauty to the north, drew the tales of many lives and wore the faces of my own. Had these memories all around me so I wouldn't be alone. Some may be from showing up, others are from growing up. Sometimes I was so messed up and I didn't have a clue. I ain't winning no one over, however, just for you. Got your name written here in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. Got your name written here in a rose tattoo. This one's for the mighty sea, mischief, gold, and piracy. This one's for the man that raised me, taught me sacrifice and bravery. This one's for our favorite game, black and red, we wave the flag. This one's for our family name, with pride I'll wear it to the grave. Some may be from showing up, others are from growing up. Sometimes I was so messed up and I didn't have a clue. I ain't winning no one over, however, it's just for you. Got your name written here in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. Got your name written here in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. Got your name written here in a rose tattoo. This one means the most to me, it stays here for eternity. A ship that always stays the course, an anchor for my every choice. A rose that shine down from above, I signed and sealed these words in blood. Heard them once sung in a song, it played again and we sang along. You'll always be there with me, even when you're gone. You'll always have my love, your memory will live on. Some may be from showing up, others are from growing up. Sometimes I was so messed up and I didn't have a clue. I ain't winning no one over, however, it's just for you. Got your name written here in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. Got your name written here in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. With pride I'll wear it to the grave for you. In a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. Got your name written here in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo, in a rose tattoo. Signed and sealed in blood and I would die for you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
always a good one around this time of the year. Gets your blood flowing. St. Patrick's Day. These guys are going to switch guitars real quick here. We're going to do another traditional one. This one's a sad one, but if anybody knows anything about Irish music, you know that it's either sad or it's about drinking. Sometimes a combination of both. So this one is called Fields of Athenry. It's another traditional one, often requested when we play out. So. Bound on the prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they have taken you away, for you stood true valiance corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free bird fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing, and it's so lonely on the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they dragged me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free bird fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing, and it's so lonely on the fields of Athenry. By a lonely harbor wall, she watched the last star falling, as the prison ship sailed out against the sky. For she lived to hope and pray for her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely on the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free bird fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing, and it's so lonely on the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free bird fly.
to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. One, two, three. My love by the gasworks wall, dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall, dirty old town, dirty old town. Heard a siren from the docks, saw a train set the night on fire. I smelled the breeze on the smoky wind. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I'm gonna make a big sharp axe, shining steel, tempered in the fire. I'll chop you down like an old dead tree. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Clouds are drifting down the street. Cats are prowling on their beat. Springs a girl on the streets at night. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Met my love by the gasworks wall, dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town, dirty old town. It's a dirty old town.
All right, that was Dirty Old Town, made famous by the Pogues. We've got one more here for you tonight. Thanks again for hanging out with us. We are St. Stephen's Green, again, coming from Gremlin Studios in Aurora. Thank you for joining us this evening. I know it's not a normal St. Patrick's Day, but we're making it the best that we possibly can. Make sure you stay safe out there, and this one is called Galway Girl.
took a stroll on the old long walk of a day. Met a little girl, we stopped to talk of a fine soft day. And I asked you, friend, what's a fella to do? 'Cause her hair was black and her eyes were blue. And I knew right then, have you taken a whirl round the Salt Hill Prom with a Galway girl? We were halfway there when the rain came down of a day. She asked me up to her flat downtown of a fine soft day. And I asked you, friend, what's a fella to do? 'Cause her hair was black and her eyes were blue. So I took her hands and I gave her a twirl. Oh, and I lost my heart to a Galway girl. When I woke up, I was all alone, with a broken heart and a ticket home. And I ask you now, tell me what would you do? If her hair was black and her eyes were blue. I've traveled around and all over this world. Boys, I ain't never seen nothing like a Galway girl. Thanks again, folks, for St. Stephen's Green. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day.